Daddy Mac. Dan's 30 years got our way, trading life and markets every day. Rusty's chained to the mines, digging deep day by day. But when Option Omega releases new features, he's free to come out and play option. Omega, you're trading home, where every move makes you feel less alone.
Good morning, everybody.
Good cold morning to you, gentlemen.
That's right. Bring out the apple cider.
That's right. That's right. I just made an extra hot mug of coffee.
Good.
I like it. Winter, summer, spring, fall.
That's right.
All
in one.
season.
We're almost, listen, we're coming up. It's not going to be too much farther before a year of the OO show. We're going to have to do a best of. We're going to have to do some look back, some nostalgia, but winter is coming. That's a great catchphrase. Somebody should use that, like in a show or something. Winter is coming.
Yeah. And don't you feel like, from market conditions, once you get done with we're in the October earnings period. Once that's done with, the rest of the year is kind of like not that it can't move, but
it's so weird. I mean, I think we're up. Are we up 15%? Because again, we're a day or two off of all-time highs. I know it doesn't. I don't know about you guys. It doesn't feel that way to me. I see these moves. I see my delta stops fire. I see these 20-point candles, and I'm like, man, where are we? Oh, we're at 6,700. I think we're up 15 for the year. I think we're up 15 for a 10-point move in the futures now is like nothing. Is it enough to make VIX wake up? Maybe.
Yeah.
Listen.
Go ahead. Okay.
No, please.
No, I was just saying, just having VIX near 20.
Yeah.
At all-time highs, number one. But number two, I mean, for me, if you would have asked me last year, say, do you think we'd have 3 years in a row, the third year, right, up near 20%? That's stinking. It's just like the contrarian in you says, no stinking way. But you know what? It is what it is, right?
Well, I think
what it
is.
Go
ahead, Troy. We're getting philosophical and deep like right away.
I'm just going to be honest. I'm going to enter my little trader zone for a second. The previous week, just speaking personally as a trader, from an automation standpoint, was my best week ever.
Okay, congratulations.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Yesterday was by far my worst day ever. And it was just a mix of timing and things like that.
Yeah.
But I think it's a good, humbling thing just to remember, in the midst of all the people who got stopped out at crazy percentages and the chatter of like, well, I would never use a stop, blah, blah, blah. I just want to speak publicly as someone who represents the DC team. I lost 50% on a DC.
Yeah.
So I want the vibes to remain high and the vibes to remain positive, but also I want us to all remember options involve risks and are not suitable for all parties. They're not suitable for all investors.
Well, and just to think about that, let's just take one strategy like the double calendars or mixed month spreads. Those have been wonderful the last 3 weeks, or it could be longer. But the point is, you say, well, why? Why would they be wonderful? Well, because even though we've had big candles over the last 2 weeks, net, we haven't really gone anywhere too far, right? And the vol is, as you guys say, sticky. To say we're going to keep up at 18, 19, it's really putting a floor underneath the double calendars and say, you know what? It's not going to get bad because you have this lift. And I think it's understanding that, but you stay the distance. And I think that's really, that's it, is staying the distance. And I think for me, I love automation. I mean, the thing that's been challenging for me because I've had 20 years of creating the habit of doing more, what do you call it? Arbitrary? What's the word?
Discretionary.
Discretion. I don't know why there must be a mental block, but doing discretionary. So I'm easing off of it, and it's, you know, especially for an older person, it's a little challenging, but I see it. You got to leave these things alone. But it's the same way as before automation. I'd say, look at, you know, profit target 10%, max loss 15 or whatever for the trade. Leave it alone. You know, people be like, should I take it off now? No, leave it. And I think we struggle with that as traders to leave it alone, because it's like, okay, I'm up 4%. Well, take it off. No. You know, it's that old expression, eat like a bird. What is that? Poop like an elephant. That you can't, you know, if you have 3-4% winners, you say,
I've heard that.
Yeah, if you have 3-4% winners, and then you let it go your normal max loss of 15, right, it ain't going to work. So if you're only taking 4% off the table, your max loss has to come down. And so, you know, I think that's part of being a trader or over time. And I think I was thinking about this yesterday, that when people come in the market, they're bringing in the market the psychology of an investor, right? And I get this all the time with people in the community. They'll be like, you know, a stock will be up $7 or 7 days in a row. And I'll say, okay, where are we going with it? Right? Well, they're thinking long term, it's going up, but you're thinking as a trader, you know, most of the trades you're not in them for a month or two. You know, it's a different perspective. So you're thinking, as someone who's putting a trade on getting out in a few days or a week, you have to have a little bit of contrarian in you, right? But the investor's trading a double calendar. If you have an investor mentality and you're trading a double calendar, you're thinking, well, we're going up. No. When you say in your DCs, your whole universe is 3-4 days, right? That's all you.
A lot of them. I mean, some of them are longer, a couple weeks, maybe.
Yeah, but I mean, a couple of weeks, but it's not. You don't have an investor mentality on your double calendars, right? And I think you need to, as Cool Hand Luke said it right. You got to get your mind right. If you're, you know, it'd be one thing if Matt's saying, okay, I like this stock. You know, what do you like? Copper? No, what's the platinum? Right?
Platinum, it's up 2.5.
But that's a long-term perspective.
Yes.
So you're
I'm not looking at the minute chart on it.
Whereas with like Matt, you talk about, I think that's a good, what Troy's saying. Matt and I were talking yesterday, and Matt had on a 1-3 that he put on Monday. Is that correct?
Tuesday.
Why don't you talk? Can you talk? Look, because I thought that was fascinating.
Yeah, I mean, so this is interesting because I think what is interesting is we're at 19 VIX. We've had sticky VIX all year.
Yeah.
And that is usually a very good recipe for time spreads.
Mm-hmm.
But I think what people have found this year is VIX is not 0-day vol. And the relationship between the two has been what's been a struggle. And like that. So this is like, if you're watching this show, you've seen it before. We have a modeling tool in OO.
I didn't know that. Could you show that, Matt?
Yeah. And you can do some things in it. And when you look at the IV
we don't have a modeling tool yet.
Yeah. What I mean to say is we don't have a modeling tool yet. In OO.
Don't you do that to me, Ricky Bobby. Don't you put that
anything that you've seen on the show, maybe was just a moment in time.
Yeah.
It was a dream. It was just a dream. It was Dallas. It was Dallas at the end of the series. I mean, the series Dallas in the 80s, where I believe Patrick Duffy just realizes it was just a dream. Who shot JR? It was just a dream.
It's just a dream.
And if you said to yourself, then you said to yourself right then, you said, dang it, Troy, spoilers. That is 100% on you. That shows from 35 years ago.
Yeah.
Be better. Do better.
Yeah.
Don't say that.
Yeah. So the point is that the relationship on that calendar was sick from day one, because the relationship between the vols of the expirations is what's really important. And it was interesting because last week my time spreads did quite well, and because the longs were so juiced. But with Trump and access to a smartphone, a 20-point candle is it's literally just Wednesday. It's just Wednesday at 12:42 or whatever. I have no idea what time it is. He can tweet something, and the VIX may not reflect that. And your longs 2 days out, 5 days out, 7 days out, 12 days out may not reflect that. And so that's a more challenging environment, because despite being sticky VIX, the relationship between 0 DTE vol and VIX is maybe not the same as it was in 2022 when we had a persistent grind down market where you could have a really terrible back test in 2025 that did very well in 2022 because of that 0-day vol relationship. And 0-day vol is a tricky thing to measure. I mean, SIBO has the 1-day VIX. They have a 9-day VIX, which 9-day VIX is pretty helpful, but I haven't found anybody who's found any benefit from 1-day VIX.
Well,
I don't know.
thing.
I don't know if you guys have, but it's tough to measure 0-day vol. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
What is it measuring? Because at any given moment, a bid
exactly.
ask can go wild. So,
and it changes. How do you like? It's kind of an impossible thing to talk about.
Yeah. Listen, I mean, let's go ahead and say this real quick. I mean, because we'll talk about this. There's an announcement coming on Black Friday.
Oh,
I'm going to do the thing. I'm going to do the thing where this is like all the challenges of Matt and I. This is all Matt's and I's internal challenges together, being business partners, coming out to play right now. Because Matt said we have a tool, and my initial thing as a developer is like, no, it's still in progress. But then I just did the thing from a marketing thing that sucks, where I'm like, here's the launch date. You deal with it. Now we have a launch date. So Black Friday, we're going to make a special announcement. I'm not going to tell you what it is. It might just literally be me shopping
or new sweat.
This Black Friday, I'm going to some places. I'm going to take you guys to some places you've never been before.
Digitally, philosophically, geographically,
spiritually,
emotionally,
emotionally,
financially, metaphysically.
I'm talking. There's places 2 or 3 in the morning that you never thought you'd go. You wanted that PlayStation 1, that PlayStation 2, but Target sold out. Hey, I got a guy in the old city.
I got a guy, Vinny.
Vinny's waiting for me in the alley. We're going to live stream that stuff, 12:30, 1 o'clock.
I like that.
I'll be Tickle Me Elmos. I'm going to show you the dark side of Black Friday. But on top of that, we've got an announcement of OO. And I will say this, because we're going to get questions about this. If you've ever looked at modeling a P&L from a strategy, 0 day, you will notice that all of them are wildly different.
Fugazi.
That's right.
Wizzy, it's a wazzy.
Because options are really, really hard on 1 day. Dan, we were in a guy with an elevator, a market maker at the CBOE last week. Actually, last Thursday.
SPX trader. Yeah.
That's right. And we were in the elevator as a guy Dan knew. And Dan, he said, this guy, we haven't talked about Chicago much. I just want to talk about this story because I think it's interesting.
Yeah.
Dan knew this guy, but Dan knew his dad. This guy, Dan, correct me if I'm wrong, his family, what did he say they traded like 120 years ago in that building?
Oh, yeah. It goes back generations.
They were trading, like his great-great-grandfather were trading like buggy, like wagon prices.
Oh, yeah. They were
on the market in Chicago. Like, so he's
generation of this.
Generational. Yeah.
Yeah. I went to church with his father for years.
That's awesome.
But what he said to Troy, because we were saying, hey, do you trade the 0 day? I mean, he trades in the SPX all day long. He's with a firm called Consolidated something. If you look it up, it's a market making firm. They're like a Citadel or something like that. But what did he say, Troy? What were the words he used? Why he doesn't
I hate 0 day. I hate 0 day. And we said, why do you hate 0 day? And he said, because you can't manage it.
That's what
Now
he said.
that's a market maker.
Yeah.
And like, I want you to like just think about the fear in that statement, to say a market maker saying, because we fly our planes by Greeks, and when you're that low to the ground, you can't fly by the Greeks. That's
right.
so
And,
just I'm saying that to say, like, for modeling, like building out cockpit tools, 0 day's tough. And so anyway, we'll talk more about that when it launches, but I was just going to tell you guys, like, to the point of this discussion, 0 day vol it's
modeling it. Yeah, and you got to focus, and I think what you say, Troy, what he was really saying is part of it is just the gamma. It's, and I think people look at it wrong, like they'll be talking about a 0 or 1 day, the vol. And there's nothing wrong with saying maybe there's a little more juice in there for whatever reason, but all eyes should be on, when you're doing 0 day, all eyes are on the price or the gamma, because you don't have, especially in a lower vol environment, now that the VIX is coming up, at least for credit spreads or double calendars, you got more room. It seems a little more palatable. But when VIX is 14 or 15 and you're looking, wait, if this thing stinking moves 15 points, I'm toast, right? And I know Matt yesterday, he had because I was talking to him in the middle of the day.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, how you looking? I think at the time, the double calendar that expired yesterday was down maybe, if I remember correctly, 14 or 15%.
Yeah,
and
but it was at the strike.
Yeah, it was at
which is what you want.
And you only had 2-3 hours left.
Yeah,
but they weren't giving anything.
No.
So was it, in that case, was it the shorts were much higher? The shorts,
yeah, the IV relationship, which, to the point of like doing the whole discussion about 0 day vol and modeling it, when you're looking at a time spread, you have that with expiration IV. Like, that's what it is. That's really what you care about, is what is the relationship between the volatility of your short and your long. Period. And that's why calendars are such tricky beasts, because you're trading time and you're trading movement.
Yeah.
Both. And you're trading time and movement with an iron condor as well. But the time that you're trading is, please go quickly, make the time go away. Whereas a calendar is not necessarily that way. Because sometimes in a calendar, if you're in the middle, if we had had a Trump overnight freak out last night and the market dumped 60 points and vol got inflated, those calendars would have looked pretty nice. And a couple weeks ago, calendars time spreads had great weeks because the vol structure was such that the longs were very juicy. Yeah. And the environment now, it's like, if you have a short dated short, that's going to be very susceptible to the gamma movements. Yeah. So
can I just say one more thing?
We're deep in the Greeks today.
Yes, we're deep. But real one quick on the elevator conversation with Troy. Another reason you say, why would a market maker stay away from 0 day options? It's not that they're not profitable. Some, I'm sure, would like it, but he's looking for lower hanging fruit, right? He's looking and saying, look, if I trade, he's trading 150 days out in SPX, 50 days, 70 days. And so out there, he's getting wider bid ask, right? Which is what you want. But number two, it's a different bet, which he feels more comfortable. 0 day, you're saying 15 points price nails me. It's not worth it for what I'm getting.
Right.
And he goes out 60 or 70 days. These are volatility cowboys, right? These guys are, you go out there and buy 1,000 options a year and a half out. You're basically, this is the Texas oilman. These are cowboys. These guys are saying, I think vol's going to go down in 6 months.
Right.
No, I think it's good. So that's where they get their pay. But, he feels more comfortable, I think, because slower moving, but they're making big bets. You get long Vega or short Vega a year and a half out, that hurts. Look at the Vega. I mean, because you don't, it's plus and minus, right? You don't have a lot of volatility risk in a 0 or a 1 day. You go out a year and a half, if you're wrong, you can get buried. So it's a different, he's a cow. These guys are cowboys, but in a different way, right? Whereas they don't like hey, I'm just going to buy 50 options. If you're dealing with 6-month options, generally price movement isn't going to be a big deal for you, right? It's more volatility. But he doesn't want to be like, hey, I just bought these 50 options 0 day. 5 minutes later, I'm down X amount of dollars. So it's a different, different. But obviously, there's a lot of these firms trading 0 day because there's a great.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna give a dangerous analogy, an analogy that I don't. An analogy that you probably would want to go through HR with if you're a larger company. And Matt enters the chat for that one. So here's my analogy. That's right. Yeah, Matt, you don't want to be part of this. What I'm about to say. So DCs to me are like, this is the main key of this analogy that's going to make it safe. Okay, we're all teenagers in this analogy.
I'm open to that.
We're not us
I'm
right
open
now.
to that.
We're not us right now.
Teenagers.
Okay. So we're in high school in this analogy. DCs are like dating a really good girl from a really good family.
Wow.
And this is what I mean by that. There's a stability in it, right? But there's still a teenager. There's still a teenager, as you are too. You might come from a good family as a teenager, and you might think, I've got a really stable family. There's some things I've got that are long vol, that help me. But you still got all those little hormones swimming around you as well. And that is 0 day vol. 0 day vol is a pubescent teenager. That's
Man, I never looked at it.
That may be the best analogy you've come up with this week.
Wow, this week.
Even.
Oh, yesterday's was good.
That was an analogy. That was a naming convention. And that was
I like that.
Listen, Stopageddon it's in the book. It's official.
Listen, I say this in all humbleness. I say this as a guy who's just trying to get by day. I'm kind of the king of analogies.
That was
listen, kind of my thing.
Hey,
so anyway,
in Tennessee, that's the king is here.
Yeah. The king is here.
Yeah.
All right.
No,
so
no kings,
where LeBron's here? LeBron?
Yeah.
Enough trolling. Guys, do you care if I show you a continuation of what we talked about this week?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay. So I'm going to preface this as I do it because he said in the chat, this isn't ready for prime time. So before I share this, I'm actually going to make it really bad. So you guys don't actually try to just get this test and start trading.
Yeah.
So shout out.
Wow.
Gets out alive in the Discord.
Shout out to you.
I would not call what I shared ready to deploy yet, which is a great. I would not call what I shared ready to deploy. Sure, there's more to be had from it. I only spent a few minutes on it so far. So I want to give all the credit to that guy because he just was humble. He was like, I'm sharing this, but I don't think this is great by any means. But it's a continuation of the idea, so I thought it'd be worth sharing. So shout out, Gets Out Live. Great job. But Matt, this is a Condor that doesn't have a stop. What are we looking at here?
It's a Condor that doesn't have a stop.
Thank you very much, everybody, for coming.
Yeah, thanks for
have a great day.
Great day.
So it's only 2 days a week. So that part I don't love. But it's got a few data points. It's just a Condor. It's a ride or die. I don't love the 2 days a week, just going on record, but listen, shout out to you, Gets Out Alive. Cause you don't love it either. Cause you said that it's not ready to deploy. So here we go. We're sharing it on the show. So there's a floating entry. I'm not sure. I don't think you need the floating. I would kill the floating entry because
this is actually, Matt, here's the thing though. This was actually part of the discussion.
It has a min premium. That's
Yes.
why I stand corrected. There's a min premium. I just was looking at the VIX. I'm just going to make an educated inference that the blackout days are something to do with JPOW, FOMC, something, unless there's a crazy list of like,
I think it's also, I think it actually comes from our stuff. I think it might be end of month. I can't remember. It's basically, I would test with
the dog. Yeah. Yeah. So the dog agreed. How does it do? How does it do the rest of the days of the week?
I'm glad you asked. Let's start with basically year to date. Okay.
Okay.
And
yeah,
Rex hates 0 day. He had not heard our talk. Rex came up, and my dog is, he is a 60, 120 day.
See, wait a minute. Oh, this is okay. Year to date. So yeah, it's done fine. Can you, I'm just going to ask you before the chat, Troy, do you want to drop a link to some variation of that, or here, just post it to me and I'll, drop it.
I mean, listen, actually, I don't want to share this one. I mean, I'm going to do, I think the most honorable thing, like, I think,
he said it's not ready.
Just the idea. It's not ready. So if it's not ready, it's not ready. And I appreciate that. So
for everybody who asks in the comments why there's no link, boom, at 27 minutes and 2 seconds, you'll understand why.
You'll have to watch the video to find out.
Watch and find out.
In fact, don't just watch it. Listen, don't just watch it. Hit that like. Hit it. Subscribe to it.
So you get notified when there's a new live.
That's right. So what we're going to do is we're going to switch to daily.
Yeah. I mean, the only thing now, certain people will go to the mat with me on this, but
Rob
will go to the mat. Is he already on the mat? Rob. I was just going to say, Thursdays traditionally are a little bit of a wild child. I know people way smarter than me though, that do the Thursday thing. They sell it every day. You see, I mean, 100 trades year to date, 7%. Here's what you're not going to get with this. Stopped out.
Ooh. Well, I'm not going to get stopped out.
This backtest has no stop.
This is the other thing.
Rex agreed. Rex agreed with me.
Rex
he thinks it doesn't have a stop either.
I don't. Matt, I mean, here's the thing that's interesting, though. I mean, I think sometimes, like the 2 day a week thing, we don't love, right?
Right.
But we also know that there are like DCs, for instance, they're 2 day a week that we would trade all day.
Yes.
So can you clarify a little bit? Why is that the case? Why?
Well, because the DCs are based on specific vol structures. So you could argue that so are the iron condors. You could argue that too. They're based on specific vol structures. I guess it's a longer talk, probably a whole show.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of the 0 day IC. Why would they prefer a higher volatility environment than a lower? Right? They do. Right? A higher VIX generally, they get more room. I mean, I like this for the reason. If you said why would you like this, I wanted to check the log first before I make a statement here to see if what is a typical
floating. So it's a tape minute.
What's a typical credit? Because usually, if you said to me doing a 35-day, 0 day iron condor, depending on what time of the day you put it on, it's easy to do a ride or die because it's a good risk reward. Now this is, so you're getting here, you're doing 10 wide, you bring in about the first one on Act 22nd, you bring in $6 credit, and you only have, how wide is that, Troy? How the widths of the strikes on that Act 22 trade? Oh, it's going to be 10 wide.
Yeah. They're all 10 wide.
Yes.
So and the average winner is $433. So this is,
it's a 1-to-1 risk reward. So you're giving up some probability, but it's for someone. I'd almost rather it be for someone newer because you can't get in. It's not like you can lose on a 10 delta or 20 delta iron condor. Your risk reward stinks, but you have good probability here.
Yeah.
If you faint and fall under your bed, the most you could lose is the first one, $575.
$5.
Yeah, you have $425 of risk.
Yeah, so can you scroll back to the top? You did this every day. See, that was saying about Thursdays being wild. There was a Thursday that was 100% winner. Exactly the opposite of my point right at the top. And this is trading. So this is trading every day.
Yeah, towards the end of the day, right? You're putting this on 2 hours before.
So
obviously, you get a bigger credit if you started earlier, but
yeah, but this is like a pre-power hour. Set it and do its thing.
to get more juice.
This is the math.
This is a shout out. Gets you out alive. Shout out.
I like this.
This is the math that this is the math that Rob loves. This is the math that I get it. I mean, this is the thing again. This is where I get interested in selling credit spreads and stuff like that because it's just so fixed. Now, how do you grow that account? It's just a mechanism of your sizing of your portfolio because you can absolutely I don't want to make $500 a day. I want to make $2,500 a day. Okay, well, if you can risk $5,000 a day, cool. It's so straightforward, and
you're risking. Isn't this really saying you're fading the news event? You're fading. There's probably because you said Thursday's the wild. This goes on Thursday.
Traditionally, no, it goes on every day. So this is not fitted at all. So 100 times this year, which we're about almost 80%. We're 80% through the year.
Yeah.
So 100 days. So a good number of times, you get $5 for this. As long as VIX is not insane. Can you just do one more thing, Troy? Can you just take off that VIX max 25? I'm just curious. That's going to give it more trades. The drawdown will certainly go up.
So the win percentage was 60, but that was only year to date. You just made it dailies, right?
This is year to date every day. So it's removing the filter on certain days. So this is doing it every single day. And what we're doing now is making it even less fitted by saying we're not worried about where the VIX is, which a lot of people, trading at 10 wide. Did that make it better? I mean, we're doing contract caps, so the MAR. I can't remember what the capture rate was. About the same, though.
Yeah.
I mean, I said for sure the drawdown wouldn't go up. I'm not sure that was the case.
Well, I want to look at real quick Liberation Day, as I do every day. I just go back and look at Liberation
Troy
Day.
keeps going.
There's
Groundhog Day. He's going to Liberation Day every day.
So April 1st, that was. I think it was a Wednesday.
Yeah, it was like a Tuesday into Wednesday. I think.
Yeah, so Wednesday, April 3rd, you're losing,
wasn't it?
Right.
But April 4th, you won, I think, right?
Well,
no,
we're on the wrong. That week.
No, yeah.
That week
no, you're losing.
Yeah. But I mean, listen, that's kind of like you don't need a VIX filter to know when the wind's blowing.
You could alternatively do that with a max premium filter.
I would argue actually, this is the thing. If you're building a credit selling portfolio, you actually probably are switching this out for like a high vol strategy. Because if VIX is 60, I ain't doing a 10 wide spread. I'm doing a butterfly. I'm doing a crap ton of other things. Yeah.
Hey, Troy, can I ask you one thing?
Sure.
Could we run this? I don't know if we have just face the wild child, face him right between the eyeballs. Just do this on Thursday. Do it dailies. No VIX thing, and just address. Hit the tornado right in the middle. So
this is good. I'm interested to see.
No VIX thing.
My hands are frozen. If you're asking why am I going so long on this, my hands are very cold.
Listen, it was. Just for everybody who uses freedom units, it was 36 degrees here this morning. That's 2 degrees to the rest of the world, 2 degrees Celsius where I am. So it's chilly. So you got to have some grace for Troy putting up in the chilliness. Why is Troy outside instead of inside?
Oh, that's pretty easy. That's an addiction.
So he can wear the hat.
Yeah.
The real reason comes out.
Listen,
Rob's going to spike the football on me because this has a higher capture rate than the other thing.
Yeah.
So, I'm waiting for that. I'm not watching the chat, but I'm sure he's talking in the chat about Thursday.
Yeah.
Prove me right, Rob.
Let me
Listen.
is Thursdays by far the wild in all your testing? Or is it
it's
close, or is Thursday kind of?
Listen, here's the problem. We've only really have 3 years of data. So this could be a thing that goes away on Thursdays. But I think, I mean, we've had a lot of big moves on Thursdays.
Oh yeah, I mean, I get FOMC. You got a lot of I mean, some of the big earnings come.
Yeah,
Thursdays.
right. And that's the argument for it, Dan. Like the actual like somebody who's trying to think about it and say why. Well, Wednesdays are typically a news day, and there's a big move. So is it possible that Thursdays are digesting the news on Wednesday?
I also want to just say real quick, we didn't talk about this, but this is kind of a deal. Let me run this year to date real quick. I don't know. Yeah, but I took I did this literally the same thing I just did. Hold on. Let me go back to dailies. Or not daily, sorry. Year to date every day. So I don't know, looking at the option chain, how much you'll get $5. I mean, I don't know. I don't know at 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the afternoon if you're going to get $5 a lot. So that's one thing I didn't. I mean, you got it 123 times this year. That's not bad, honestly. I mean,
yeah.
So that was one thing you check on. For those who are like, just send me the test. Listen, guys, this is simple. Run a 35 Delta Condor. Right. 0 day.
0 day.
Try different times and try to collect just $5 premium. The width of the spread. This is pretty simple. So like, I'm not going to give you this particular one just in honor of our boy.
We'll try to improve it for tomorrow.
That's right. That's right. So 6 MAR is Rob's requirement. Everybody has different requirements. And 0.01 MAR, 100% port, different people have different things. So guys, listen, I'm going to say this. We have a special guest tomorrow who might be able to help us a little bit. We'll talk more about that. I want to confirm with him that he's coming before we do this, but a guy who I believe sells some 0 day stuff. So we're going to talk to him tomorrow. And I think it'll be exciting to see, but it's been a week and it's not going away. I mean, listen, there were some, just as a side note, as a little options business guy, there is some problems in the options market yesterday. I mean, the data feed just dropped out for every brokerage for a couple minutes. That is,
it wasn't a crazy day. I mean,
yeah.
But I mean, the positive thing and a note, just again, it looks like here, futures are down a couple points, and VIX looks like it's going to open up a little bit higher, near the 19 level. So we should be thankful for, could be a little bit of a range bound market, and you got a nice volatility. So it's there's some good things here, and this could last a while. We should be, because let's face it, VIX could be 14, 15 near the highs here, but we've got almost 19. So it makes it, nice trading. Not that, and again, as you said, last week was the best week. Would you say for you said Troy, right?
For personally.
Well, but I'm sure that goes with a lot of people.
Yeah. I think it was a good week for everybody. Listen, may you not get a $6,000 fill on a 15-cent put today. That's really all I can hope for you all. I will be buying my new strategy, which is just to buy 15-cent puts at the open and then sell the width of the spread for the price to where it's a free spread on a blip. I'll be starting that day 2 today, so I'll report back. But anyway, I hope you guys have a great trading day. Enjoy the day. It's a beautiful day in Knoxville, Tennessee. If you guys can get out to Knoxville today, I'd encourage you to go to Pigeon Forge. Go to Townsend is the quiet side of the Smokies. DM me. I probably won't meet up with you, but I can definitely point up some spots for you. So go Vols. Knoxville's the best in the world.
I like this.
Love you guys. Appreciate you.
Happy Thursday. Stay safe.
Happy.